Oh, I already need to pee. Hang on. Okay, shall we begin? Hi everybody, my name is Becca Watson. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Oh god, I have been meaning to start a proper YouTube channel for so long. Those who know me personally, oh, I'm so sorry I've been talking about it for so long, but here it is. I am a singer. Basically, I just graduated and I don't know what to do with myself, so I thought, why not give this whole thing a chance? So that's my quick intro to my channel. Let's go. It's done. It's over. Okay, cool. So this video today is basically, I'm just going to talk about my experience auditioning for MGA, which is a performing arts academy here in Edinburgh. Great school. I had a great time auditioning, so I'm basically just going to talk about my whole experience from applying to the offer letter, blah blah blah, sadly why I'm not going. So this is an introduction to a wee series I'm going to do. I basically auditioned at 3 schools this year: MGA in Scotland, Royal Welsh College in Cardiff, and Mountview in London. So yeah, hopefully those 3 videos will be out. A big thing is that when I was auditioning, I watched so many of these videos and they were so useful, so I thought, why not make them myself? This video is going to have timestamps, so if you're only interested in one element of the whole auditioning process, then you can just skip ahead. You're welcome. That will be in the description below. Cool, without further ado, shall we begin? First thing, I'm just going to give a tiny bit of background on me. It'll be super quick, and again, if you're not interested, then you can just skip ahead. I am 20. I just graduated. I did a degree in music here in Edinburgh. I did my H&D with Edinburgh College, just music performance, and then I did a top up here with Kingston to get my honours degree. The reason why I wanted to go for musical theatre, like I needed more training, so that's when I seriously started thinking about going to school. And yeah, I applied for 2 masters and a BA. This one is the BA. About MGA, I think I applied in January this year, and you just do the application online. You basically get a form, fill out the different fields, all your details. It asks for a personal statement. I think I just wrote one that would be similar to if you were applying through UCAS. It's like 4,000 characters, same kind of structure and everything. So I think MGA is like a relatively new school, but definitely up and coming. They're getting a good reputation, and they offer a bunch of courses. I think they offer diplomas, so you can do like an H&D or you can do a BA. I actually applied for the BA top-up year, but yeah, I'll get into that. So once you send off your application, they will get back to you with an audition day. The amazing thing about MGA is that they do auditions throughout the whole year, so to be honest, there's not really a deadline as far as I understand. I know the course is meant to start tomorrow when I'm filming this, and I also know I think there was a guy who auditioned like 3 weeks ago or something and got a place, and yeah, so you know, you can audition really late on in the year, like really late on. The amazing thing about MGA is that it does not have an audition fee, which is so uncommon. Anyone who's done the musical theatre or even like acting auditions knows that it is expensive because most schools have an application fee of like 50 quid or something, and then when you think about if you have to travel there, you know, all the price of travel, price of accommodation, it's just time as well. Oh, it's a lot of effort. The whole experience of auditioning is costly, so bear that in mind. Okay, so now I am ready to get into the audition day. So I think it's super easy to like reschedule your audition if you can't go to the one they originally asked. Or I think in the application you actually ask, you pick from a list of audition days, you pick what one suits you best. So on the day, it was a 10 AM start. You obviously want to get there like 9:30 or something. You go into the building, it's really cute, white, nice looking building. There are student helpers, which is really nice. I don't know, I really like that because you're able to communicate with people who are there and so obviously know the whole experience better than anybody. You go sign in, you get your number. You get like a paper badge with your number on it. I was number 13. On this particular day I auditioned, it was for like all the courses. So there were actors, dancers, and musical theatre people there. Oh, so busy. There were definitely over 100 people. Tons. At 10 a.m. they bring you upstairs into like one of the dance halls, and I think the guy was called Drew. He would then discuss a bit of background on MGA, what they do, and their history and stuff, and then they introduced all the staff, which was really nice, and they kind of gave us a run through of like what our day would look like. Obviously before you get to the audition, in your audition pack you receive all the information of all the things you have to prepare, like songs, your monologue, etc. But I think I'll just touch on that as I talk about each part of the audition. Yeah, so I found with this particular school, they were, you know, they wanted to really express how great a school it is, and this honestly got me so excited to potentially be there. You know, it's heavy work. They get their students in all day, every day. I don't know, it's just amazing because you're gonna get the best training. Yeah, they also talked about how like their success rate and how many people get in. Definitely caused a sort of bummer, or it made the atmosphere a bit more tense. I think he said it was something like they get 2,500 applicants and it's like 30 places per course. Anyway, as I said, just quickly putting it in there, I was auditioning for the BA top-up year. I think I was the only person for musical theatre, at least, who was doing that. But my point is that they throw you all together. Whether you're applying for the BA or you're applying for H&D or the top-up year, you do this audition day together. See, then they split off the groups. So the dancers go and do their dance audition, actors go do their audition, and musical theatre people, we actually stayed there. So we did dance first. And we did it as a massive group. Oh, it was it wasn't a small dance hall by any means, but there were, I don't know, 40 of us, you know, all in this room dancing. It was a bit tight, but nonetheless, it was so fun. So I really enjoyed their dance audition. So we started off with like the jazz workshop. In terms of what to wear, I wore just like a black leotard, black, what are they called? A little like hot pants? No wait, shorts, just black shorts, dance shorts, black footless tights, and character shoes. I'll insert photo because I don't have them here right now. I'm in flat, but I'll insert photo. As far as I remember, they were not strict about what you wear, just comfortable dance workout wear. To be honest, I think I recommend you do wear a more exciting colour than black if they don't specify that you have to wear black, because for obvious reasons you stand out. Getting into the dance workshop, the jazz one, we just started off with typical warm-up, like running around the room, jumping jacks, all that stuff, and then like stretches. Oh, sorry. And we moved on to floor work. This was just like high kicks, if I remember correctly. Did like pirouettes as well. It was quite hard. Honestly, you find these kind of things in every audition, at least from my experience and from what I've heard. So if you can, just prepare, like practice your pirouettes, because they're gonna come up. Man, they're not so fun. Leaps, turns, etc, etc. And yeah, so they'll get you to do these in groups of like 3, it's like corner work. So you'll just go across the room and do it to some music. My advice here, okay, amazing thing about musical theatre, you do not have to be the most amazing dancer. It's okay. There are people there who have never danced before and they're still good enough to get in because they will teach you that. They stress that so much. Like, do not worry too much about perfect technique. What is hard to teach is natural charisma and being able to perform. When you're doing like boring step, kick across the room, smile, you know, put any sort of performance into it, and that makes you stand out, and that impresses them. So we then started learning the choreography. We did quite a fast-paced jazz dance to, what's it called? Cadillac Car from Dreamgirls, which is such a good song. So that always helps when you like the song. I'll stop now. Good thing I found was that they did take their time quite a bit, felt comfortable asking questions. They just did it like section per section, you know, like first 8 bars, next 8 bars. And they went over it a lot, so that was so good. And then like any audition, they then make you perform it in like groups of 3 or 4 or 5, small groups. And you perform it 2 times. Say it now. Genuinely, I thought I was one of the worst dancers in that room. I was always a beat behind, this and that. Bad technique, like jazz just is not my strength. I did not do it as a kid, but I smiled my ass off and seemed like I really enjoyed it, even though in my head I was like, get me out of here. But, you know, they're not looking for perfection in the dance audition. So this is something I didn't have in my other auditions, was that it was they had 2 dance auditions, so 2 workshops. So they had the jazz one first, and then we went into ballet. Ballet, to be fair, is more my strength. I did it as a kid for quite a few years. Still not amazing at it by any means, but I felt I definitely did better in there and kind of made up for the mess I made in the jazz workshop. So we did bar work, just like pliés. Oh, I've forgotten all of the French of the actual like technical names of the exercises, but yeah, you just do bar work. And then we did corner work again. So this was more like leaps, and it's called again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, pas de bourrée. Yeah. I'm sorry if that's wrong. Boom. Okay, after dance was finished, we basically got a little break, but then, yeah, I think we got a little break, like a lunch break. So we just went downstairs and singing was going to be next. Okay, so biggest advice for this, and I don't know if they're still going to do this audition format or this audition structure because it was long. This is what made the day so long, that they did their singing auditions 1 by 1. Which is really nice because most audition experiences you have to sing in front of a big group. Sometimes that's quite a nice thing, you get to watch lots of other people, but sometimes, you know, I don't know, you can just concentrate more if it's just you in a panel. That was ages, but the student helpers were lingering around and they were so cool. You could ask them all the questions you wanted. They were so helpful. So big thanks to them. I was number 13, as I said earlier, so I was quite lucky that I didn't have to wait too long. So you go in 1 by 1. You have the panel of 3 people. The musical director, I believe, he plays the piano for you, so he's your accompanist. This is where I think my audition experience was quite different to other people's auditions. Of course, it's hard to tell because I didn't watch other people's singing audition, but I kind of had a mini interview and they asked to hear both of my songs, whereas most people only had to sing 1. So what you're asked to prepare is just 2 contrasting musical theatre songs. So I sang Good Night My Someone from The Music Man, and I did Dying Ain't So Bad from Bonnie and Clyde. But when I went in, I think they could see that I was like the only person that applied for the top up here. And so they were like, oh, okay, asking about that. And then they asked for my song choices, and you present with both of them. And they normally would just pick one, but for me, they were like, oh, they're so different, we want to hear both. So for me, I have learned that it's good to have a legit style musical theatre song and then like a more contemporary one. Honestly, my singing audition went really badly, in my opinion. I just didn't sing the songs that well. I think it was nerves. Yeah, that there were parts of it where I felt good, so I showed where I needed work, and I also showed what I could do. So that was good. Then they basically threw in a mini interview. I think because they had seen I wanted to apply for the top up year, they were like asking about experience I had, what I'd done before. Basically there and then hinted like, because when you get into third year it's just preparing for shows, there's not that much training, and I would need a bit more training, and now I do realize that for sure. So they were kind of just like, would you be interested in, you know, getting in to just the BA? And because I had had such a great day, I was like, yeah, definitely, like this school seems great, I would love to train here. And that's how my audition went. Oh, I forgot to say earlier, just before we did singing, they actually had a quick meeting with us, and it was just to discuss the whole timetable. So I really like that. No other schools I auditioned at did that. So they actually talked us through like every single class from Monday to Friday. And yeah, you're in like every day, all day. It's crazy, but it seems great. A lot of work, but worth it. Basically, once a few people had done their singing audition, they would take those people and go do the acting audition, because it was taking so long. I think that's how they had to do it. So I went in with, I think, 6 people, and all you're asked to prepare is 60 to 120 seconds of a contemporary monologue. So just one. I remember I was sitting there, because I went last, and I was sitting there, I honestly couldn't make up in my mind what monologue I was going to do. That's my biggest advice. Know what you're going to do and be confident. So the monologue I ended up doing, what was it called again? Sorry about that. I had to stop filming. I actually had to look up the name of the monologue. It was called It's a Terrible Thing Being Nice, from Goodbye Charles. Comedic monologue. Super funny. I think it went down quite well. I think I made people laugh, so that's good. I can't remember if the lady asked us where to direct it, but I think I just went forward to the left of her. And then that was me. That was my audition day over, which it was a long day, it was, but it made me really like the school. So that brings us to, I think it was literally 3 days later, I received a letter in the mail, and it was my acceptance letter. It was the congratulations, we'd like you to come train at MJ. Which I actually have a video of my reaction to it. I didn't realize how happy I was gonna be, or I think I was just so confused. And then when I opened that letter, I don't know, I realized how, when I opened that letter, yeah, it kind of made me realize how much I wanted it, and how happy I was that I got in somewhere. And just the thought that some people believed in me, that was nice. I hate to be all dark and gloomy dramatic, but it's been a weird year. Career-wise, it's been a weird year. Yeah, so you basically have 2 weeks to accept your place. It took me 2 weeks to think about it, and I accepted it. In the end, unfortunately, I can't actually go, just because of financial reasons. It's quite a pricey, they have quite pricey tuition fees. But to be fair, it's quite standard for that kind of training. So yeah, I just can't afford it right now, which breaks my heart. We won't go into that. Oh gosh, I've been talking for so long. I need to edit the crap out of this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Got to the end then, you're a trooper. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope this was useful. If you have any questions at all, if you're auditioning this year, just leave your questions, queries in the comments below, and I will definitely answer them. And if you're auditioning for MJ on any course, anything, best of luck. You got this. It's a great school, and from what I have gathered and what I've seen, I couldn't recommend it enough. And thanks to MJ for giving me such a nice audition experience. And I'm sorry I can't go. I'm so sad. Yeah, so if you're interested in my other audition experiences, I'll do a video about I applied for masters at Mountview and Royal Welsh, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm hoping to do videos on that. Oh, thanks for bearing with me. It's been a long journey, but yeah.